Okay. So I want everyone to make clear notes of what I'm saying. So right now we are talking about how to remove sufferings from life. It can sound a little intellectual subject or maybe a little spiritual side, but believe me, it is possible. Sufferings can be eradicated if we work on ananda, that means bliss. Everyone who's born has to face one or the other kind of suffering. Let me explain it, what suffering is. This is all my perception, my way. But believe me, this will also give you a way out, and you will realize that your life is becoming lighter. And yes, a blissful life is possible without sufferings. Yes, it is possible. When I go deeper and understand what suffering is, my mind says suffering is an unpleasant, unknown, or a strange experience or an event which happens, and after it has occurred, it stays with us. That means there is a business loss a person goes through. So certainly it is an unpleasant event, an unpleasant experience. And if it has happened with you for the first time, it was strange, shocking for you. But even after the loss, it continued in you for a long time. That means there was an entanglement. Suffering stay with us. We keep talking about it. For example, somebody had gone through, or somebody had paralysis. Even after 10 years of recovery, after 10 years, person has recovered, the person still says, do you remember? Do you know? 10 years back, I had faced paralysis. I was hospitalized, really bad condition. People tend to forget good moments like this. But sufferings, pain, they hold them with themselves. There are loops which are in the mind, the subconscious mind, which are created. So if I try and understand, I said it is an unknown, strange situation, suffering, because and most at the top of it, it is unpleasant experience. You don't want it. Nobody wants suffering here. And it has entanglement and loops at the back of it, because you remember it, you talk about it, you hold it. So if we understand suffering very clearly, then we understand it is strange, unknown, unpleasant, entanglement. Because I am trying to define it. If I'm defining it, I'm getting some points. And if I have certain issues, we have certainly, if there is a problem, there is a solution. For example, unknown, strange situations can be handled by developing confidence in your own self, that there has been times, if you are 30 years old, if you're 50 years old, in these 50 years, certain things have happened and you managed it. You managed it. According to your system, your programming, you managed it. So think over it again. Did you escape? Did you run? Or did you face it? You did. Life doesn't give you options of escaping. If it is your suffering, you have to face. So if you develop a confidence that with God's grace, with my inner power, the willpower I hold, I will be able to handle all situations. If you realize, close your eyes and feel there is Any strange, unknown situation, I will be able to handle. I'm going to face it like a lion. I'm not scared. I don't want to escape from any experiences. If you develop this confidence, believe me, you have better solutions. Because if you want to escape every time, one or the other day, you have to face certain things. Those strange things can be sorted if you have confidence, because nothing is difficult if you have confidence, because anything which you call as strange is something that you have not encountered till now. Once you have done, for example, car gets towed away, So if it happens for the first time, you're shocked. But if it happened for the second or the third time, you are okay with it. And there is also one more thing that you can do. For example, there are certain things for which you can have pre-solutions. For example, you can feel that your health is not okay. The suffering can come. So you have a clear solution on starting your exercises, consulting a physiotherapist, not inviting the suffering and doing something, rather be a little smart. So it can be handled with confidence and pre-solutions. Pre-solutions are if you can anticipate something coming towards it, you can do preparation. But if you can, see, all sufferings do not come with an indication. But if you have that confidence, oh, I can. It's okay. I can handle. You're not, believe me, escapist attitude is no attitude. And life doesn't give you an opportunity to escape every time. You can't do that also. Then you have to face. But when you get stuck into a situation, then you feel like running and you are disturbed and you talk to people. You know what happened? You know what happened? No, see, you talk to 50 people. Do you think 50 people can give you solutions? Stupidity is talking to thousands of people or any number of people. You must only talk to a person who can give solution. Otherwise, people complicate your situation. Your sufferings multiply because you are prioritizing it and bringing it on the top. You're talking to everyone every day. I'm unwell, I have this problem, I have that problem. It comes up on the top. It is always going on in the mind. Rather than finding solution, you are talking about problem. You cannot come out of a problem by thinking of a problem. You can come out if you wish to think about solution. I am not saying escape from sufferings. I am not saying move away, try to escape. No, either confidence or solution. Sometimes pre-planning, if you have indications, can also help. Second important perspective of suffering is it is unpleasant. Who wants suffering? No one. Who wants suffering? No one. But just look at why life comes like this. Why can't a life be only with one kind of experiences? Only good. Everybody comes and says to Sandra, oh God, I've not seen a person like you, amazing person, such a great person, so loving, and everybody. No, this is not possible. When you live in a society, there are a lot of people appreciating you, lot of people depreciating you and, criticizing you at your back and not liking you and all that. Even events also giving happiness, and some events making you feel a little low and demotivated. Why is life like this? Why is life not like that? We have to understand, if you change your perception, the pleasant and the unpleasant will change. The only thing we need to remember is we are born to take experiences. Because either you learn or you earn. Everybody wants to earn happiness. Everybody wants to earn good relationship. Everybody wants to earn name, fame. Everybody wants to earn money. Great. But what about learning? What you call as unpleasant is also come to your life for a purpose to teach you something. Even if a person goes through business losses, which was massive business loss, Think over it again. It has taught you something. Don't call it unpleasant. I am not asking you to welcome sufferings. But when it comes, don't reject them. They've come for a purpose. It's like a guest. You don't want to keep the guest, but the guest has already knocked your door. Now the guest has come for a purpose. The moment this feeling comes to you, I don't want this experience. Why this loss happening? Why a couple says, why is divorce happening between us? Think over it again. It has come for a purpose. There is either an earning or a learning, but it cannot be useless. Every experience has a reason in your life. You know it, you don't know it. It's a different thing. So don't make up your mind that this is unpleasant. Close your eyes and think, the divine consciousness better. Maybe it has come to teach me something. Okay. Let me be wise to understand why it has come. Since it has already come, the guest has already knocked the door. For how many years you won't open the door? So unpleasant experiences are only unpleasant because your mind is biased. It only wants a certain kind of experiences, which is not possible. Don't be biased with what experiences you want. Be open to experiences divine wishes to give to you. If you understand that, you will hold, your hands will be like this, and you will receive every experience as merely an experience. And you will say, thank you, God. I didn't earn today, but I learned today. For years, I have been saying, if I don't earn in a day, it is okay. But if I don't learn in a day, it is not okay. I am not saying I'm inviting the sufferings or unpleasant experiences, but learning is far more important than earning, because your learning stays with your consciousness. It expands your consciousness and makes you a dynamic being. Earning entangles you with more desires. So please do change your perception of being biased to what you want. Get open to all experiences. In any case, they ought to come. You want them or you don't want them. So wisdom is a solution which can change your perception. Your experiences, your unpleasant experiences, if you are wise, turn pleasant. You learn and say thank you to the divine consciousness. Thank you. Because everything is happening for a purpose. I'm okay. I accept all that. And I'll be careful next time. If you don't accept the learnings with wisdom, you criticize why it always happens to me, why I have to face these experiences every time, why I am always into a fix every time. Believe me, you keep saying why, criticizing, complaining, you will not get an answer. Rather be wise to understand your life, decode it. You will realize your consciousness is expanding. You have a reason to go back and think. You have a reason to learn. You have a reason to transform your life, change your perceptions. Pleasant and unpleasant is only the way you look at things, the way you understand things. The last part of the story was, it is an entanglement which holds you for long. Entanglement. And the solution is knowingness. If you know suffering can be an entanglement, learn to a ground reality of living in present. And say, okay, it has happened. I'm not going to discuss it anymore. Because you have taken your diary, you have written the lesson you have learned, you have found out a solution for your future, what you need to do. And now you say cut and start moving. You focus on your breath, you listen to your inner sounds, you practice mindfulness, or you start trying to keep yourself a little busy in something. But don't entertain that, because entanglement and creating loops of the suffering or a negative event makes it stronger in you. Another good thing that can help is meditation. in removing your entanglements and the loops. How? Mostly your sufferings are linked with the body and mind. When you go beyond the body, you realize you have a structure which has thoughts and emotions and desires and everything going on. But when you go beyond that, you realize you are merely a consciousness. The moment a person is able to feel that communion, or that you can go beyond the mind, that entanglement doesn't hold for long. Because mostly your issues are related to body and mind. So when you go deeper into the water, at the surface level, things don't disturb you much. So meditation or mindfulness, because mindfulness is the first step and meditation is at a later level, so it automatically happens. And it really helps. So you have to learn to be in Kendra, means getting back to your own self. And not to talk, not to, elaborate all those things. So I hope you have understood when I'm talking about sufferings that it is possible to transform, redefine, channelize the same thing which was happening earlier, happening now. But earlier it used to give stress to you. Now you are okay with it. You look at it differently. You are full of gratitude, even if the so-called unpleasant experience comes to you, still okay with it because you understand. See, there is no gain in stressing yourself. Stress is one of the reasons, one of the underlying reason for 80% problems. If you are more peaceful, you are more healthy. If you are more peaceful, you can be more happy. If you are more healthy, more peaceful, more happy, you can be more harmonious in your relationships. So sufferings can be eradicated if you look at it from a different perspective.